People have asked often, so how big is Redi-Rock? And on one hand, it grew like crazy. We're in 48 states and in 40 countries. But the more interesting question is, what's the story behind the story that caused Redi-Rock to grow? And it goes all the way back to when I was mid-career, and I was sitting in my hot tub every night one summer. Kids were small, they had put them to bed, I was soaking, and I was wondering, it's been a good first half of my career. What do I want from the second half? Got married, started a couple businesses with my two brothers. What do I want from the second half? And I've been struggling with this question for a whole summer. An acquaintance, business acquaintance, called and said, Ben, I'm going to this seminar. You need to come with me. What's the seminar on? He said, it's called Quest for Significance. And I said, whoa, that's scratching right where I was itching. What do I want from the second half? Just double everything, or is there something more? We had no idea the impact it would have on us. So we go to this conference, and Dave Hanna stands up and said, you guys are business guys, you're used to doing business plans. We're here to challenge you. We think you're thinking too small. It really made me mad because we had just done our 2-year plan, we just did our 5-year plan. He went on to say, we want you to think big enough that it will impact people 1,000 years from now. And we stopped and said, whoa, no, we're not thinking 1,000 years out. Well, you know the rest of the story. So we came back 1997, and that winter, my brother Jim came up with the first idea. It wasn't called Redi-Rock then. We came up with the first idea of building a form to make big concrete blocks that look like natural rock. Jim was sitting in church one morning and they were singing, and he took his bulletin and sketched out the first Redi-Rock form. At first, we didn't call it Redi-Rock. We called it Jimmy's Jumbo Blocks because Jim was playing with this idea. Jim sold the first wall into Bay Harbor, this mega development 5 miles long. It was the very first wall. In 2000, I switched the name from American Redi-Block that year to Redi-Rock International because it's made out of ready-mix, it looks like natural rock, and we wanted to take it international. We had potential major setbacks that I honestly thought could sink the company. And the first one happened the very first year. We came up with the idea of big blocks to utilize return waste concrete. And I sold 10 ready-mix producers on the same concept. Then the engineers came to us and said, we love the product, but we don't want return waste concrete. It's not as strong, it'll deteriorate in several freeze-thaw winters. And I thought, oh my gosh, this could be the end of Redi-Rock. So I had to go back to those 10 and say, guys, we got to switch to new concrete. That was a big setback, and when I went back, I had no idea if they would accept that concept or not. To a company, everyone ended up switching. We've created, since that time, dozens, multiple dozens of patents. But what really sets you apart is better service, better quality, and better sales. You know, when Redi-Rock started, we had no idea if it would take off. And we went to our first trade shows. All the small block retaining wall companies were there. Several of them came to me and said, this is just a fad what you're doing. 3 years from now, you guys will all be done. And we didn't know, are they right? Are they not right? And you know, every year, I believe we're taking a bigger share of the market. And here it's 25 years later. It's fun to watch it grow. We had no idea what it would do. And I'll tell you the truth, people have come to me. I can go to almost any state, probably 48 states, and you'll see a Redi-Rock wall, or 40 countries. And I see in the Olympics over in Europe, and then they're showing, and they're standing behind a Redi-Rock wall. People say, Ben, what's it feel like to see all those walls? And I'm thinking, it's actually humbling, because I'm thinking, we didn't build that wall. We're only a little piece of it. It's the team, our manufacturers. They're the ones building the walls and the installers building the walls. It goes all the way back to our grandparents and our parents on teamwork. We team up with some of the best precast companies out there and some of the best wall installers. Together, it's like Mother Teresa said, we can do some good things. They can do some good things. Together, we can do some great things. And that's how I feel. I feel humbled when I see it. And I'm just honored that we're on some of the best teams out there.